Good morning, friends. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we're shifting into drive here on Hump Day. We're at the middle of the week, and all kinds of exciting things are happening in and around the area for the summer months. So get out there and get some stuff done, get involved, do something. And when it comes to owning an automobile, that is a key phrase here in the Car Connection workshop. Do something. Because all vehicles, no matter what, they're always needing something, and that's what our job is, to help you to understand what that something is. So stick around with us this morning if you're just in the queue to get through the drive-through. Don't forget to double check your order. It is Hump Day. It's a free-for-all. Yeah, some can be already heading into the weekend mentally, and others might just not be quite on the ball this morning. So no disrespect, but check before you leave. We'll have our morning swiggy in just a moment. So if you're joining us for the very first time, welcome aboard to the Motormouth Morning Drive here in the Car Connection workshop. We're here for you Monday through Saturday. Friday's coming. That's Fun Friday around here. And that can bring a plethora of stories from 4+ decades past in the automotive business, for service and repair business. Flashback. Could be a flashback Friday. You never know around here. Saturday's Q&A, 1 hour program. I pull out 3 questions. So how do you get your questions to me? That's easy. So let's cover that housekeeping. Friday by noon, you need to have your questions sent over to me at motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com or niall@ccbusnet.com. And if you didn't catch that because you're driving, just look in the description box on our YouTube videos and our podcasts. It's all there. And all the podcasts now populate to our YouTube channel. So if you're wanting to listen and re-listen, you missed something, you can go back and collect them right there on our YouTube channel. Homepage of our website has everything that you'll need to follow, like, share, be a part of our online community. Subscribe, share, follow, comment, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any automotive tips or rescues, because we quite often rescue vehicles from the brink of disaster here in the Car Connection workshop. So if you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, there's well over 400+ items for you to visit, and they're all teaching items. So you're able to learn 5 basics: what it is, where it is, how it works, how you broke it, and how, if you had understood your vehicle, about some of the basic automotive fundamentals. Not rebuilding the car, not doing engine work, not doing your own brakes, but understanding how things work will give you a lot better choices. That's right, choices to have a massive repair bill on your automobile or repair bills under control. So everything you need to connect with us and our program partners is on the homepage at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. CCBUS as in Sam, net.com. That's the short form. I do the titles and descriptions and all those things for our YouTube videos as well as our podcast. So I always make sure I put the email addresses in there and some details on how you can connect with us and how you can help our channels to grow. And also, there's a donation page there as well so that you can support us. If you're enjoying the videos and the podcasts, why not buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile, Nile. And that's all set up. You can give as little as you want or as much as you want. And Skippy and I would appreciate that very much. So top right-hand corner of our homepage, that's where you'll find the links for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. There's reels and bloopers and outtakes posted there that you will not find anywhere else. Stevensville on the web.ca, which is a website our videographer put together many years ago to bring business and community together in the quaint town of Stevensville. And that's where my pops lives. My mom passed in 2022. Pops is still there. 89, still going, and living in Stevensville. So check that out. We have we have merch. We get asked that all the time. We'll be looking into adding a few things for the summer. So our online merch store is on the top right-hand corner of our homepage. All products you purchase there are all made at Freedom Expressions, which is a division of Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and U.S., and Skippy and I have a soft spot for that. So all the merchandise you purchase, all the profits go back to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA. They're trained and know how to help those that are stuck in addiction, that say they're ready to get rid of it and deal with it once and for all. And we want to make sure that we help them to get there. So stand with the crew. Help us change a life together, one at a time. Our program partners are all on the homepage as well. Just click on their profile link, and that will take you to their dynamic profile page, where all the pages are set up exactly the same for ease of navigation so that you can connect with them very, very quickly. And without them, we wouldn't be here. So let's jump into the morning program. We'll start with our morning swiggy. Here's how we do it. If you're joining us again for the first time, welcome. Whatever your morning beverage is, we count it down 3, 2, 1. We say thank you to one of our program partners for making that available to you. Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931 with building supplies. They make blocks right there, millions of them. It looks like millions of them, but I imagine over the years they've made millions of blocks. So any building you see that has a block of some kind, they may have made it. Absolutely. If you're looking to create that amazing backyard space where you can hang out, your personal oasis, they have all the hardscape landscaping materials, and you have access to getting a referred contractor as well that can estimate, put the project together, start it, and finish it. So check in with Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo. Kathy has that list of contractors. Let her know that you're looking for a contractor to build or create that backyard landscaping oasis just for you to hang out. So here we go. Count it down. 3, 2, 1. It's swiggy time. The herbals are going down good today. I can't speak for you, but this year the pollens out there are brutal. Coughing, sneezing. I've never really had that before in my entire life. Growing up, working on farms, out in the hay fields and whatnot, never had a problem. But now I don't know what it is. There we go. All right, let's jump into the morning weather brought to us by City Auto Sales and Leasing. Low mileage quality vehicles at fair prices you can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. Earl Louise Grant, husband and wife team for 25 plus years. They have the resources to source those low mileage quality vehicles. So if you're looking for something specific and they don't have it, and they do carry a pretty decent inventory under roof and outside, if they don't have it, let Earl find it for you. Let them do the legwork. If it's out there and it's any good, Earl will find it. He has the resources. Let them do the legwork for you. and take good care of you. In-house leasing and financing available. And I'll tell you what, Mama Louise is not going to let you walk out the door putting yourself in a car broke situation. She's going to have you have a little chat with you. And again, it's your ultimate decision, but that's the family that waits for you there at City Auto Sales and Leasing. So let your family, friends, neighbors, coworkers know if you're shopping for a car, that's a safe place to go. They've been with us about 7 years now, and it was Louise that reached out to us to fill that gap that we've always had since 1996. Having a pre-owned auto dealer that we know that we could rely on to send people there, that you're not going to come home with a skunk and a mink coat or a pig with lipstick on. Well, today's weather forecast brought to us by City Auto Sales and Leasing, not looking so great. If you're looking for sunshine today, you may be hard pressed to find it. Here's what we got. We got some RAIN coming in. And it's thunder booming here on the south shores of Lake Erie as we speak. 0.3 of an inch. Yeah, right. I think we've had that already. 69 degrees right now and cloudy in the Niagara region. Wind is making it feel cooler, about 68. Rainy conditions from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. today. And with partly cloudy conditions expected at 3 p.m. So today's temperature range will be 69 to 78 degrees, and it's going to feel more like 67 to 76. The high for yesterday, we had a big 80 degrees yesterday, and today we're going to tap out at 78 degrees. So I think my suggestion for you today would be take the umbrella. And might not be a good day for the convertible or to ride your motorcycle, unless you can outrun the raindrops. That's a possibility. You can probably do that. Now, if you're wanting to get in on the 30-day fuel savings challenge, you've got to send me an email and let me know you're on board. Okay? You can just give me first name. I'm not going to announce you on the podcast. We'll keep your privacy very important to us. If you're wanting to save a minimum of $100 a month and put that back in your bank account, if that is of interest to you, then you might want to sign up for that. Motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Let's get some players going. If you have 2 vehicles in the family, how about a $2,400 raise this year? You think either you or your hubby's going to get that, or yourself? Your boss is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you're quite a team player." Going to give you a $1,200 raise. Not likely, right? Yeah, give your head a shake. Probably not. But maybe. You never know, right? You never know. So the first 30-day fuel savings challenge, I will encourage you, and I will give you each and every step of the way, encouragement, and minimum, if you do what's necessary, $100 back a month in fuel savings. How do I know it works? Because I run the same pattern all the time, and it does work. And if you don't do it, it can cost you more. Many of you are spending more money on fuel than you need to. Did you know that? Just because of a few really bad habits, driving habits are costing you hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month in fuel expenses. Then there's a second 30-day fuel savings challenge. That's where we really get the rubber to meet the road. And that could net you out another $100 savings in fuel. So if that's of interest, I need to hear from you in my email address. Otherwise, I'm talking to a cinder block at Niagara Block. Yeah, pretty much. And I have a miniature cinder block from Niagara Block on my talk table. So I am talking to a block, but a very small, that could be for a very small house. Going to take you a few of those to make a home. All right, let's jump into our topic this morning. And yesterday was a really good example of what we could be experiencing over the next few months. Heat and humidity. And when it comes to automobiles, I'll tell you right now, heat has always been the enemy of everything, whether it's machinery, equipment, small engines. They overheat and they get worn out very, very quickly. So you got to be very conscious of what you're doing with your lawn and garden equipment. Things like chainsaws, wood chippers, all those things, they don't like heat. They're already running hot anyway. But your automobile is no different. The underhood temperatures are hot enough to bake a 4-cheese Kraft Dinner pate and a dozen Raisin Bran muffins all at the same time. I kid you not. Underhood temperatures are so high today, they are way off the charts. And that's why all these air dams and things that you snap off when you go over the speed bumps, I think they're actually called launching ramps in the parking lots, and those concrete doodaddies that you really feel like you've got to climb on top of it, and you snap those air dams off and you go, oh, it's just a piece of plastic. No, it ain't. Those are there to direct airflow in under the hood to get the heat out of there, to stop your starter motor and your alternator and everything else under there going into a big Chernobyl meltdown. So we're going to talk about that this morning. I've given the title of today's podcast, Overheating and Vehicles is Reality. It is reality, folks. You cannot escape it. If your vehicle is not in top drawer condition right now, yesterday would be a good example of if we're getting 80 plus degrees and high humidity, underhood temperatures are going to soar. Absolutely soar. So I've got 5 things for you, another 5-step pattern for you to, all you have to do is rotate the pattern to keep your vehicle healthy. That's it. You don't have to be overwhelmed by gajillion, bazillion, gadillion, which is lots of things swirling in your head when it comes to taking care of your automobile. You just need it written down so that you can follow it. You know, how long would your vehicle last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? Imagine that. Well, with that, I want to put a promo in for our Car Connection fleet maintenance system that is all written down for you. So it's like having your refrigerator with a scanner, a bar scanner in it, so that, you know, as you take things out, it knows you've removed them from the fridge, and it asks you if you want to add that to your grocery list, and it builds your grocery list for you. They even have homes now with bar scanners right in the countertop. So, you know, you go, oh, we're going to need this, honey. Bloop. Oh, we're out of this. Bloop. And it makes your grocery list for you and sends it to you in whatever format you wish to have it. Well, I don't think we have that on cars just yet, but we do have vehicles that talk to you and tell you that your vehicle is due for maintenance. As for me in my house, on an automobile, less is more. The more gadgetry, the more headaches. The more headaches, the more money it costs to fix it. And then what generally happens is those systems start failing. You go, do I really need that? Can we just kind of bypass that? Yeah, I see it all the time. So we have a whole profile page set up for you on our CarConnectionBusinessNetwork.com website, ccbusnet.com, so that you can review and look at the Car Connection fleet maintenance system that will keep you on track with vehicle maintenance no matter what. All you have to do is read on the left column, put a check mark or a ditty in the box on the right-hand column. It doesn't get any easier than that, folks. And it's laminated. And you get a dry erase marker. And you get options on how you're going to post that up, because it doesn't work if you can't see it. That's right. You know, if you're wanting to lose weight, write it on the mirror, ladies and fellas, in the bathroom, in bright lipstick. I will lose X amount of pounds by this date, and put it on the mirror so you can see it every day. Because you know what? The subconscious mind will drive you nuts until you get that accomplished. You don't need a coach. Just some lipstick and post it. And then make another poster and put it on the fridge. By this date, I will lose 20 pounds. So that everywhere you go in your homestead, you'll see it. And even put a note on your sun visor. So just imagine if you had all that information on how to take better care of your automobile written down for you and in front of your face, how well cared for your automobile would be. And that's putting cash back in your pocket. Because I talked about this already this week. Older is better. The older the vehicle is, there's less technology on it. It's less complicated, and they're made better than the stuff that's coming off the line today. You couldn't give me something today. Not to say all manufacturers, but you just have to go on the interwebs and you'll find out what's going on out there. Because there's problems when profitability in manufacturing comes way before quality to the customer. When that happens, they lose market share. It's just like this. Here's a great example. You go to this restaurant, you've been going to this restaurant for 20 years, and it sells. The owners are getting older, it sells, new owners come in. Now all of a sudden what happens? Portion sizes get smaller and the price tag gets higher. And what is usually the conversation is after the restaurant. Well, I don't think I'm going to be going back there anymore. Things have really changed. More money, less volume. I totally understand that. Automobiles are the same way, and that's why older is better right now. If you weren't looking to buy a vehicle, I'd be heading south of 2020. Realistically, like 2020 would be my serious cutoff. For me, I prefer 25-year-old vehicles. You know why? Because all the bugs are worked out and all you got to do is maintain it. That's it. That's all you got to do. So let's get into overheating vehicles is reality. And I got 5 things, 5 reminder items. It's a pattern. Rotate the pattern and make sure that everything that I talk about in the 5-step pattern today, you implement. Because if all you do is think about it, you can't have a subliminal walk and lose weight. And you can't lose weight subliminally by, pulling that lever. Now I hear they're all electronic now, these luge chairs to sit in front of that 102-inch flat screen television. I don't know how people do it, honestly. I don't watch TV, and I haven't since 2009. February 4th, 2009. That's right. Number 1, cooling system weaknesses. In this type of temperature, like we hit yesterday, I think we were closer to about 84 degrees yesterday with very high humidity. And I was outside late in the afternoon, actually early evening, putting the top on the gazebo, and I was drenched in a matter of minutes. Yeah, I was melting. Motormouth was melting into the patio. Yeah. So if there are any areas whatsoever in your vehicle's cooling system that's weak, this is where it's going to reveal itself to you without any advance notice. So that's an area, number 1, that you want to make sure that your service tech is looking it over very, very, very closely. Because why do I put this one at the very top? That's the question you should ask. Why is he talking about cooling system right out of the gate? Because that's where you'll lose your engine and your transmission. That's why. Because the cooling system is the main artery to cooling off the fluids that are protecting those major components. Would you agree with me that your engine and transmission are major components that if either one fails, it's car no go? Like, you're not going anywhere, baby. Not today, not tomorrow. It's a car down situation. And how does that look for the schedule? Not nice. It's going to be nasty because that's not going to be fixed overnight, and it's not going to be fixed in the next couple of weeks. You're probably looking at better part of maybe a month to 2 months. So cooling system weaknesses will rear their ugly head, and it can cost you an engine and a transmission very, very quickly. Because here's what you have to know. That if you have an automatic transmission, you just get in, you shift it into reverse or drive, and you go. The transmission shares the same cooling system as what's connected to your engine. Your radiator, your hoses, your water pump, all of it. It's all connected. So if the cooling system's overheating, it's overheating your automatic transmission too. So it's cooking it all at the same time. So yes, you can have the meat and the gravy all at the same time. So cooking the engine oil and cooking the transmission oil, you'll have a meal to go. So you don't want to go there, folks. This is where things get ugly very, very quickly. So even though in everything I'm been speaking about on the last several weeks, giving you 5-step patterns to rotate, when you don't do these things, that's when the big kaboom comes. So it's called preventative maintenance. We don't want to wait until you're on the side of the highway and steam's coming out and the vehicle went into super overheat. Stuff is going to be broken, folks. That's simple. We don't wait till that happens. It's not well, let's wait and see, honey, if something goes wrong. Because when it does, and it's an overheat, it's usually catastrophic. What does that mean? Cha-ching. And you better be prepared because it can be buka bucks. Because when a motor, an engine, or a transmission goes, you're looking at about $16,000. Have you got that kicking around? So if that doesn't scare the pants off of you, it should. It should rattle your knees and your knuckles all at the same time and rotate your eyeballs in opposite directions forever because it's expensive. If you don't have that kind of money kicking around, then you don't wait and see, honey, if it's going to be okay. Trust me. Number 2, tires. If they're aged, that means if they're 6 years or older, there's definitely UV ray destruction on that rubber. The rubber decays, and it decays very quickly because of UV rays. It rots the tires out, and that's something that we need to check as well, because if the tires are worn down and they're aged, you're definitely in a position for a hot, humid, muggy day blowout. And so we want to avoid that at all costs. Why is that? Because it's always after the fact, well, I wish I had known. Or your technician saying, well, if you had brought it in sooner, we haven't seen the car for a whole stinking year. And we know as service techs, there's stuff that needs to be maintained. Just because you made it through a year without anything catastrophic doesn't mean it's not coming. It means it's coming. And it might even be today. I hope not for you, but tires are important when the heat's out there. The tires are old, aged, and show signs of weathering, and they don't have a whole lot of treaded surface left. That is a recipe for a blowout. And the last thing you want to experience, my friends, is a steering tire blowing out at highway speeds. That is something you will never forget, and it can be absolutely catastrophic. So I'm not here to scare the pants off you, but I am. Because sometimes we need a little shake up from the neck up to wake us up. Because these things happen, and they happen all the time. Maybe not to you, but someone else, but you never know when it's your turn. Number 3, air conditioning systems. We talked about that in its entirety. So if you haven't caught up with the podcast, I did a series of 4 podcasts breaking down vehicle air conditioning, all the nuts and bolts, how to use it properly, how it breaks, how you can avoid super expensive air conditioning repairs, and why you don't wait until days like yesterday to discover your air conditioning is blowing cool but not cold. Oopsie. Yeah, those are things we can get on top of. And here's the issue with air conditioning. It works hand in hand with your vehicle's cooling system. Aha, we're back to the top of 5 things today. Yes, we are. Just like that. If you're going to be running your vehicle's air conditioning system, you are going to be taxing the engine about 15 to 20 horsepower, and that's going to make the engine work harder, so it's going to run hotter. See where I'm going? So if your cooling system has areas of weakness and it's super hot outside and hazy and humid, and the blacktop's hot, and the underhood temperatures are like 10 times higher than they've ever been, something's going to give. So air conditioning puts what we call a load on your vehicle's engine. And so it will tax the cooling system, engine, transmission, the whole 9 yards. So it comes back to cooling system. What's the condition of your vehicle's cooling system? And the system is not maintenance free. We've talked about that a million times. There's nothing on a car that's maintenance free. Nothing. Not even the in-car airflow. And we just shot a video on that and how important it is to make sure that your cabin air filter is taken care of. So we came across a really grody. That's a technical term for something real nasty. And we've shared it with you. So those videos will be going up. I did a short yesterday, 2 shorts to kind of as teasers to show you. We finally got a vehicle in that the cabin air filter is definitely a teaching tool and a serious health risk. Okay, so air conditioning systems tie right in with your cooling system. If you want it to work, your cooling system better be top drawer. I kid you not. Or you just need about $16,000 to cover off the damage, and you'll be fine. It'll be okay. Get another iced coffee and a mega muffin, and you'll be just fine. Nothing 2,500 calories can't take care of. But have a diet soda, because it cancels that all out. You're back to zero. Number 4, yes, brakes get overheated, and especially if your brake fluid is older than 24 months old. I know, I just said it. There's something gets forgotten about. If it ain't leaking, we ain't fixing it. Well, brake fluid decays from all the heating and cooling and heating and cooling and heating and cooling of that fluid. It decays and it gets dirty. And it's dirty because it's contaminated. It needs to get flushed out, because that's how you get brake fade. On super hot days, blacktop is hot, underhood temperature is hot. Guess where the brake fluid is? Under the hood. There you go. It's already under the hood in the 10 times hotter than Hades engine bay, and it's cooking it. I don't know if we've never tried doing French fries in brake fluid. No, I don't recall that. But anyways, it's going to overheat because it's contaminated, and the contamination's from a couple of things. Brake fluid loves moisture. It's hygroscopic. It attracts moisture out of the air. And then water boils at a lower temperature than brake fluid. So moisture in brake fluid, and brake fluid is organic. It's not petroleum based. It's organically based. You can actually wash it off with hot water. Hot soapy water, gone. It dissolves. Turns into something else. Hot water, soap, and brake fluid. So we need to get that brake fluid out of there. So here's how you, I don't care what age group, size, dimensions you are, or color, take a look at the color of your brake fluid. Do you know where your master cylinder is? Well, I'll give you a clue. It's somewhere very close to your steering wheel under the hood. It's called the master cylinder. It's where the brake fluid goes in. If you can't figure it out, that's what the pristine book in the glove box is. That's called the owner's manual. I know, I said the quiet part out loud. How many of, in a room of, say, 10 people, have I said, when was the last time you opened your owner's manual and had a good read? Hands up? Probably zero. Yeah, so if you want to collect something, it would be owner's manuals because they're always in pristine condition. So if you look in that reservoir and you see something that looks dark, like coffee, close to black coffee, that means your brake fluid has never been changed. And we need to get it out of there. It needs to be flushed and cleaned. It needs to look like apple juice. Very pale apple juice, okay? So we need to take care of that. That's number 4. So brakes will definitely get overheated. And number 5. I've already mentioned this a few times, but it's always good to do it as a roundup. Underhood temperatures are through the stinking roof. It's crazy how hot it is under there. That's why we're seeing a lot more alternators, starter motors, battery failures, and belts, hoses, and the like. Plastic. The manufacturers are loving the plastic. Well, plastic and heat, anything plastic under the hood will not last. It will warp, it buckles, it gets crispy. Not crispy like you're going to like it, like crispy bacon. But yeah, it could be similar to crispy bacon. But we're seeing all the plastic things. Plastic valve covers, plastic intake manifolds, plastic plenums. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. When the underhood temperatures are as high as they are, plastic has no way of survival, ever. It's going to break down on a regular basis. And guess what? We take it off and put on a new one, and guess what it's made of? Plastic. Plastic is inexpensive. And what is plastic, really? Put that in the comments. What is all this plastic? What is it, really, when you think about it? Tell me what you think it is. And let's see how many people get it right. What is plastic? And then we'll talk about something else on top of that. So put that, bleep bloop that in the comment section on our YouTube videos, and or send me an email, motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. What do you think plastic is, really? Yeah, tell me. Let's see. Get some dialogue going here, because I'm going to do a program on all that plastic. So underhood temperatures are through the roof. Heat extreme will always uncover any areas of weakness anywhere on an automobile. For certain. It's not an if, it's a when. It's not an if, it's a when. Hear what I'm saying? Your vehicle is not exempt from all the things I just talked about. If it's not brand spanking new and covered stem to stern, north, south, east, west by warranty, when the warranty's up, Bubba, it's all on you. That's what I'm saying. It's just like the drive-through. When you got 4 buddies in the car and you're committed to the drive-through and they all say, I don't have any money, who's paying? The driver, generally. So heat extreme will always uncover any areas of weakness anywhere on any automobile, for certain. Not if, it's when. One of the reasons why having a master plan set out for you to keep your vehicle well maintained puts thousands of dollars per year back in your pocket. That should get the email box full. Thousands, not hundreds, puts thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Because the best vehicle in the driveway today, folks, and those who are really winning out there in the economy we're sitting in, are the ones that have a vehicle that's paid off. And they've looked after it, and they've cared for it, because they understood one thing. They don't come for free. Yeah. There's no 3 for 1, 4 for 1, 50% off. I can't believe the price of vehicles today with all that plastic on it. Yeah, because chrome is my favorite color. So till tomorrow, happy, healthy motoring. Keep it under 100. And thank you for stopping by. Join us again tomorrow morning for another Motormouth Morning Drive. You can find us at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's the biggest drawer in our toolbox. And we're on Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. We have our merch store online and our YouTube channel. Help us get to our first 1,000. 83% of you are watching and enjoying the videos, but you're not subscribed. Why? Skippy and I don't know. But if you did that, you'd really be helping us out. And buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile, N-I-L-E, and we would appreciate the support for the channel as well. We're working very hard to get monetized, and it is a huge commitment, but you are all worth it, my friends. You're all worth it. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8 o'clock. Drive safe. Adjust your driving habits to the road conditions. Peace, patience, and kindness always, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.